around middle, maybe grouped with his team. But right now, Benji's on his lonesome, and Boo's grouped with a team. I think an important change, keeping that Viper alive. This drone getting so much value, seeing so many players, but still.
High flash and a swing, but he couldn't get the bullet where he wanted it. It looked so perfect. I like them trying to be proactive though there, Josh.
Those mini bite-sized plays are what Sentinels is really good at. Just finding that opportunity to get that first kill or be able to get a little bit of map control. Big scan, Benji's at middle, trying to take out that turret. He can call them back and forth. If they make a pressure towards B, Benji can catch players in the back on that rotation. Even this kill on this turret might stir a reaction. 40 seconds though, time's getting low, and Team Heretics is needing to hit soon.
Yeah, Zels is the one to be pulled away. That might be the best that they can hope for. So now, Heretics have to play forward. You're going to have to take that space, take that fight, take the bull by the horns, and Sassy overwhelmed. But the backbone stands, Tens again with 2. Zelsis makes it back towards the site. He handles business, leaving Benji in a 1v3, but he does have a rifle. How far does Benji go on this? Has a look, 10 seconds. He ain't got much of a time to play with, no. Well played by Sentinels to hold that back of the site securely. Again, a bonus round though for Heretics, so they can go for those riskier choices.
A little bit of decent damage, but Sentinels again sticking to their guns. Once they've decided that their feet are firmly planted in this position, they're chill. And a reason for that, especially in a matchup like this against Team Heretics,
That's the round we want though, boys. That's the round we want.
Those audibles. Once they show that they want to go somewhere, they wait, they recharge, and then they try again. It's very rare that they actually try to pivot and go somewhere else. So Sentinels have them read, decide to sit there, and stick to their guns. And hey, it's working for them.
Now we get into the real meat of it though. This is the fun part. 10 still controlling, trying to set up Zelsis this time. Love the unison between these two. Synergy is fantastic.
A little bit of fake pressure towards A, Team Heretics, getting that control. Also, slipping the gap at B, but Boo, he's the first point of contact here and going down. That means they lose the wall. Needing to use middle now if they want to be able to close out this round, or when they go B, they can't instantly go for that plant. They got to take that space, look for another duel. This next fight, John QT, how do you play this?
And Zelsis is getting closer though. Yeah, he's still a little bit worried about middle, but again, he could bank on that turret, maybe a touch, but still, this is John QT potentially isolated. Got to be careful, not outstays welcome. A risk too far, normally quite the mastermind, quite a diligent player, but that felt desperate even at a man advantage.
And Rian's just picked up the ultimate orb just before that spike got planted. He's got his ultimate. Spike not planted for that mid flank this time, so B main is the main point of contention, but both Vipers out.
This is the start, a tap on the spike, and Zelsis looking to close the gap, but it's Miniboo to answer back, and he gets out swung. Zelsis goes wide, takes down Miniboo, and another go on the spike here. One's get half. Anyone going to deal with this? Anyone going to swing on this one? Finally, they take it away, but the defuse is happening. Oh, that was so close. And again, he has to try and close the gap, but there's nothing more to be done. Right under their noses, a fumble from Heretics.
No other word to describe it than a fumble. And those types of rounds, if Sentinels is able to steal it away, that is when they start gaining that momentum. And right here, you can see the body language on the players of Team Heretics, how Boo is talking to the team, the rest of the team, not animated, quiet. It's just crazy. A gift from John QT, peeking from Snowman.
Gustavo,
5 versus 4.
I love that sacrification from you. Good job.
Or that retake. They don't even have that in play, and they still close it out. Team Heretics needs to do better.
They might just get punished here. Look at Zekken, Outlaws out, and you can look at the light shields. Struggling financially, Heretics.
This Outlaw is going to be devastating. Rienz, he had full HP. He has that Vandal, or he had it. Passed around a little bit to Miniboo in this situation right now. Creep up towards A, but again, Sentinels on this stack. They have that line at B on Zekken. He's on top. No threat. Alarm bot, turret, active. Zelsis pivoting, ready to be that fourth player on that A site, and this triangle setup again from Sentinels. We see them stick to these types of setups, and yes, they have this pop flash as well. So soon as this execute comes in from Team Heretics, they're going to use that orb. They're going to place the shocks, the Vipers falling, the Wingman's going to come in.
That's huge, that's his ult now. He can cycle that rifle back, but 10 stands in their way. Does he commit to this angle? How long does 10 stay in the danger zone here? Still playing up towards those rafters. Miniboo waiting, but the flash is perfect. It's on the money. And Tens is doing damage. Oh my God. That's what you need from him. Big players making big plays in big games, and now Benji can do nothing
grown man plays right there. His team's backing out.
कोई
They play
नहीं
their
भाई
retakes all the time by waiting,
रुकेगा गेम
slowly
पे
getting a
टेंस
concave,
अबे
crushing their
टेंस तो ले
opponents.
रहा है भाई
But here, he's like, dude, you saw me on Haven. I don't care. He walks out one at a time, just deletes them from the server.
The Terminator's in the server!
Yeah, not wrong, not wrong. There's something about TenZ when he gets on stages. Give the man a crowd. He deserves it. And an instant pause from Heretics. There's blood in the water. There is blood in the water, and Sentinels are circling. It is worrying. Because for this roster, at least in my mind,
मजा आ रहा है
as
आज
well. You have to be
बहुत
confident,
मैच
selfless
में
if you're
अरे
Minibu as well.
हाँ यार
Taking
बढ़िया हो
this
रहा है
space,
मैच
getting those reads.
सेंटिनल जीतेगी
Josh, they look a
हाँ
little
भाई
shaky in
सेंटिनल
certain
जीतेगी
areas, like
जरूर
close plants being pressured
बिल्कुल
in
जीतेगी
really
सेंटिनल
uncomfortable ways. It looks like they're letting this slip a little.
This might be one of those situations we've talked about before with Heretics, is that they do have a pretty young
हमारी
roster.
2 streams बंद हो चुकी
EMEA,
हैं
we talked about it as well, where
ये
they have
third
issues
stream कर रहा
getting
होगा
past that finish line. We see
दोनों
we've seen
streams
in
में मेरा
multiple
नेट
different
इशू आ गया
instances
था
this
ये
year so
लाइट
far.
चली
We saw
गई
it
तो एकदम
in
सिस्टम
kickoff,
बंद
how
हो
they
गया
fall to KC. We saw it
और
in
सिस्टम
stage
मैंने
1,
ऑन
they
किया
lose to
उसके
Fnatic.
बाद
We see it at an international event, they lose to Gen G. So
नेट
all
नहीं
these
आया
situations,
एकदम तो
it's like
स्ट्रीम
that
ऑफ हो गई
last little hump to get
But
over.
कोई नहीं
That's where they
हमने नई
crumble,
स्ट्रीम
and it can be
दोबारा से
to
चालू
the
करेंगे
confidence, it could be to
बने
the
रहो वीडियो
nerves
के
and the
साथ यार
pressure of the
वीडियो को लाइक
stage.
कर दो
It could be that they
चैनल
just
को
unravel
सब्सक्राइब
when they
कर
lose
दो
a bad
अगर
round. They can't rebound
पसंद आ रहा
mentally,
है आप
but
लोगों
they
को
need
कर
to
दिया
get focused here. Because right now, Sentinels, especially TenZ right now, is having a game.
And you talk about momentum, you talk about confidence, you talk about that X factor. Rounds like that are what we mean. These players on SEN can give you them. Now Heretics can as well, but they've got to start now. This could be the fatal blow. And it could start at a scoreline like 3-2. Feels almost innocuous at times, but it could be so deadly. As Heretics look for a change, look for a switch up, but it looks like Sentinels have the read. And they got the kill. Rienz
2-0
goes
हो रहा है
down,
guys 2-0
handled in middle and sent back towards spawn.
A 5-man reclear. They have the great retake ultimates. Lockdown. TenZ has his ultimate as well to turn off all the abilities. Team Heretics trying to do so much by getting up middle with that extremity pressure. Benji and oh no, he goes down 2. The timing from Saucy. 5v3. Team Heretics, like right now, you don't really have that many options. Boo on this late flank around the world as well.
And the Terminator's closing in. Hunter's Fury's there, just going to secure safety. And they're running out of options. This map is just closing in on them. You're banking on Boo here. Now, John QT made a little bit of an uncharacteristic mistake last time. This time, I doubt it. And Zekken getting curious.
That's a big swing right there. Boo. And John QT, this Viper.
But they, oh! An opportunity missed and a lifeline made for Boo. The lockdown's there, 15 seconds. I don't know what they're meant to do here. The plant's at least in, but they have to fall so far back. Zelsis already going to find Mini Boo, and the other two trying to cross, and Zelsis takes them down.
One more round for
This is
Sentinel,
just
let's
going
go.
from bad to worse for Heretics, and the uphill swing for Sentinels is here.
And that was off the back as well. Team Heretics taking that timeout. Coaches getting involved, calling this play. Everything was about that 3-man pack in middle to cause enough of a disruption, get the kills, get that map control to make Sentinels feel very uncomfortable. But what happens is a 5-man reclear from Sentinels, get that kill, find Benji lurking through that A site, and are able to just close it out. Team Heretics, all they have to rely on are those set plays, the plans from the start of the round, their adaptations, calling those pivots on audibles in these mid-rounds, non-existent.
It's got to start now for Heretics. You wanted a chance to make it to the finals. Here in the likes of Champs, you have to take on teams like this. There are no weak links anymore. There are no easy games. And right now they're suffering under that scrutiny. Sentinels at the helm of it, but it's not over. 2 rounds to work with, and Heretics need to pick up now. Show me that grit. Show me what you can do here. Enough respect being shown, but I'm looking at a flash in hand, potentially a pre-take. No, just the nade so far. The Sentinels wait on the verge.
Now, Team Heretics, do you stay in? Do you give the same medicine back to Sentinels, block them from getting out the choke points, or do you retreat back to main? They're retreating right now. It's only Mini Boo in the site.
He's got so much weight on his shoulders. All of EMEA trying to put their faith in this team, and they're being melted to pieces. Tens takes away Miniboo. Now you're looking at the back lines. Where's that util coming from? Second doesn't care. He's already taken away Woot. They're capitulating. They're falling here. Heretics need to make a stand. A miss of the utility, and Second runs through them. I need a timeout. I need
अब हो रहा है
something. I
2-0.
need to see signs
अब
of
2-0
life
हो
from
रहा है,
Heretics.
कंफर्म हो चुका है.
Sentinels, they
Domination
they
दिख
burned
रहा है
two on that
Sentinel
hit
का
in the
इस
first
बॉक्स में.
half.
क्या
7 and
खेल
10
रहा है
were the
10
rounds
सेकंड.
that they called them in. Right now, are we going to see the same thing from Team Heretics, burning both their timeouts just to get signs of life right now? 2 rounds are on the board for them. But that was
let's keep the same energy. We don't need more, we don't need
Sentinels
less.
on
Just
5 in
keep
a
how we're
row
playing,
right
playing
now. Unbreakable at the moment, especially Tens is going in. He has that killer instinct right now. He's hitting his shots and he's feeling confident. And when you have a Tens that's hitting hard like this, that is scary.
Oh, you know you got hell to pay when that's happening. And rinse and repeat. What breaks the trend? Sheriffs? A new idea from Boo, something, who knows? Again, you're gonna have to start digging deep. These are the games that test you the most. As I said, 1 life left. You don't have a map to depend on to fall back on. You took a risk in the veto. I respect it. You took a risk with the compositions. I respect it. But then you got to stick the landing.
When Sentinels went up against EDG to get knocked down into this stage of the game, EDG disrespected Sentinels, got in their faces, did not let Sentinels come in on these retakes. Team Heretics giving so much respect to Sentinels, letting them go wherever they want. And again, another A hit. Boo trying to get a lurk timing, but he's going to get caught in the back in a second here.
Oh, and
wait.
Hello? Saucy hasn't turned. Suddenly, he's got a surprise. Saucy goes down and Boo's broken through, but there's a flank on a flank here. The turret does give it away. But still, do they even notice this when they've got 30 seconds to the Terminators here?
30 seconds.
He's still holding this one.
Wait, they don't know.
They still don't know the plan. They don't know. Oh my God, Celsius is behind every single player. And look at the patience. Look at the pedigree. He waits and he strikes. Taking down Heretics piece by piece. Just down a Boo and it's all but done. They are going to be in tatters, Josh.
The crowd, the joy, Sentinels, they're all unleashed right now. Such big plays from everyone coming into play. Boo thinks he's got them on the ropes, thinks he's got them at the back lines, but Zelsis one-ups him, says, hey, you know what?
Yo, you like how we're on the same page? They're
Guess what? I'm right behind them.
Motherfuckers.
The trigger discipline on them, too.
Hey, he's swearing, I did it.
Yeah,
well, so we can share the fines, no worries. I mean, look, there's no two ways to say this. Scoreline almost feels not as condemning as the game has been. It's the where the 6 rounds of it, and you were discussing it. Once we got into the buys, once we got into the real meat of it, where the hell have Heretics been? We know they're good. I don't need to say it. I think all of us at home know that they are a great team. Incredible individuals. They've been in finals. They've made it that far. Didn't quite get to touch that trophy. And again, that elusive victory might evade them once more. And you can't discredit what Sentinels do. People have doubted them every step of the way here. Coming into this, I certainly did. I didn't think they were in form. Yep. God, was I wrong. Jeez, they have absolutely run through regions at this point. They've taken away Fnatic. They've destroyed anyone who stood in their path. It's time to respect them. It doesn't matter who they are or how they're performing. On the day, they turn the hell up. I don't know what Heretics are meant to do. I genuinely don't. This is the X factor. This is those unknown moments where you can't contain them. They've got also, Josh, they've got a buy here.
Sentinel के
What
पास
does Heretics do?
There's chances. Look, this half could end up 6-6, and that's respectable, right? But right now, Team Heretics, when they're given the site for free, they back off and let Sentinels create this concave move back in. But are we going to see us another switch up here, another flash timing peak?
But look, Tens is already here. They just doubled down on the aggression, trying to face Heretics, crush them under their heels. This time, though, they stand, and they stand tall. Ults to work with. And if Sentinels stick around on the side too long, they could get punished because of that. Oh, the re-aggress from Zekken, I told you, they don't respect you. You got to bring them to heal. Zelsis is leaning forward. Heretics this time, defending themselves. Saucy takes away Miniboo, but it's all Heretics thus far. This is better. The best look we've seen from them as to date.
Life still in them. A 4 versus 2. I've seen Sentinels win war like harder rounds to close
situations,
out.
yeah.
So, but spike being planted, front generator. This is going to allow them to play this actual safe, fall back, play this post plant. But Heretics not knowing where they want to play. Do they want to play up? Do they want to play back? Sitting in maze, ready to strike on a timing. Wait for that wall to drop and do a triple peek, but here comes the molly. It's going to stall a little bit.
Saucy. Nah, not going to get it this time. I respect them trying to double down on the aggression, really offset, getting the heads of Heretics. I like that. This time, though, Heretics keep themselves secure. Safety. And you said it. 6-6 is a respectable scoreline. It can be achieved. There's nothing stopping them there. And they kept 4 alive. They kept some of these ults. This is a really clean, good, respectable round to walk away with.
Especially if they're able to pick up that second half pistol, there's suddenly a game on our hands, especially if it does end in a 6-6 or 7-5 scoreline here. So Team Heretics got to stay in the game mentally. And Sentinels, off the back of that Heretics timeout, decides, okay, you know what? They're probably going to call an elaborate play. Let's just walk up, try to fight them. We've been winning our fights. Why not? But they lose them for the first time. Unlucky. Team Heretics still, though, they want to be able to close this out. Well, Zekin, no flash though. We're sitting Zelsis sitting on that, or Tens sitting on that boiler, waiting for that molly to come into play to try to take out that defensive turret so he can deny that molly. Here, the timing, the molly gets thrown. Tens just left it. Now this turret's going to go down. This is going to cause pressure. Sentinels last time, they went back into middle together as 5 to re-clear this. This time, they stick to their guns. They don't move at all. They don't care.
How is Benji on 10 HP already?
Spam battle, I think.
Must have been.
Or outlaw.
Middle.
Zelsis outlaw shot.
Oh, you're right. There it is. He's a lucky boy to be alive.
But again, Zelsis just fills the position at middle that the turret was holding.
And now you got to try and break through against 3. They're not going to respect you this time. They're still going to stand there, still going to hold their ground. Do they back away because of the ult potentially, or do they double down?
This Thrash, if he gets it perfect at maze and catches Zekin, there's a chance. But right now, it's another 3.5 player stack on this A site for Sentinels. Team Heretics hasn't been able to break through like this before.
Oh, but Zekin still standing, still dangerous. He's been caught this time, detained. Zelsis gets mini boot. What? How the hell did that happen? Lockdown's in play.
Viper's Pit, maybe?
25 seconds here. What's the game plan? Trying to get a quick plant. Boo? You gonna sacrifice yourself for this? There's 15 seconds. Look at Tens' position. Tens is still here though.
Wait.
They have no idea. Wow, Boo! Out of nowhere! Scares the life out of them. 5 seconds pretty soon. Boo is still trying. But the time. How close was that? It's in, and that's all that matters. There's now a 1v3 as Boo just pulled off the most outrageous play. That was something that could haunt them here. And Zelsis might undo it all. That's 1. Needs 2 more. Benji down low. They're together. That could have been it. That could have been it. But it wasn't. Heretics stay alive. Clutching onto this game, clawing back into this game with 2 rounds now, back to back.
I've seen this before from Boo, when he has to put the team on his back. Normally he's the in-game bleeder. You don't look to him to have these standout performances. You look to Benji, you look to Reams and Woot. But Boo, when his team can't find anything, he is the one that steps up. He is the one that has these big confidence plays. That was so risky, and it could have been so devastating for them. But instead, it's one of those high-risk, high-reward plays you need to do.
Oh, wait, JongQT's being chased down.
Mini Boo! The tempo change.
He was on the hunt from the get-go, seeing JongQT. Vulnerability. The site should be theirs. Viper's Pit off the rip. The pace change is divine, and it's worked. But you heard it. Zekin popping the ult, still has the operator as well. There's a lot of ults here, though, Josh.
Yep. You either have to go through the pit, though, on the outside part of the map, or you have to go into the alarm bot, the mollies, and the funnel. Going for those random spam shots. We've seen him line them up before, but he's popped his Blade Storm. They're going for the defuse.
Rattling off that 338 as Zelsis is trying to take a step forward. He finds a target, and it's going to drop. And now suddenly they're in danger. Liam still has the ult. He might need to invest it sooner rather than later. And now there's problems. The tag on 2 maybe. Is that going to be enough to secure the kill? It is. But down to the same problems again. No! Heartbreak in the same fashion. Rinse and repeat.
this is one of those issues where when you're on that stage, you have the crowd going, you have all the comms, the chatter, the freaking out because you just got flanked in your Viper's pit and you can't hear that the spike gets tapped. It gets to half before that 100 Fury goes off, and if it stops them from getting it to half, maybe there's a chance. But again, Heretics falling back and failing. That Viper's pick could have been on the spike. They could have kept so much pressure on Sentinels, but instead they peel off and Sentinels finds their way in again.
But it's glimmers, it's chances, it's the finest margins. But again, we were looking at the scoreline being close. Can they pick themselves up again? The Heretics have that in them, that grit to go again after being broken so beautifully by Sentinels.
It was an instant 5 versus 4 ultimates used. Can they make enough pressure here at A to make Zekin budge? Can they find that opening pick again? But even if they do, they can't convert it. Sentinels has been winning every retake, basically.
Pressure.
Still, so many players. Sentinels loves the setup. Forward towards A. The retake on B, they have that Hunter's Fury as well if they need it.
How are they going to read this one, though?
Here comes the walk-in.
Timing now, Zekin waited. Double swing on it. He's lucky to be alive here.
The reaction from Sentinels, they weren't sure if they wanted to commit to the rotate or not. They're kind of in the middle of it seems like it's just a ruse. It's going to be back to A. They're in the position. Tense still has a flash, and we've seen him in this position flying out.
30 seconds left.
If this isn't an indication that Heretics is committing here, I don't know what is.
20 seconds now. Denial on the side, it's getting down to the wire.
Wingman
18 seconds. You're looking for the plant now. Counter 100 Fury, we're going to be seeing 13 seconds. Boo going to find the brain of tens, but still the plant going to come into play. Zelsis steps forward, loses his life. They're clawing into this one.
5
Heretics
seconds.
showing what they can. These plants are so close, bloody hell. They are looking good here though. In the final moments, Heretics hold on.
Half complete.
5 rounds is all they get, but it gives them a chance, Josh. It's so small, but maybe, just maybe, it could be enough.
Mistakes from Team Heretics in this second half. They need to start with that pistol. Sentinels has been looking so good in so many instances, but a few big plays from Team Heretics is helping them stay in the game.
Yeah, this game on here, there's a chance.
Let's go back, boys.
This is what it's about, those finest of margins. But still, we get to hear from some of my favorite people that there are. Petra and Amy from G2 are standing by with Jen to give us their thoughts.
Hi guys, Jen Lee here. I'm standing here with G2 Ghosts Petra and Amy. 안녕하세요. 이번에는 게임 저스 팀인 G2 고즈의 페트라 선수와 에이미 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 G2가 사실 미국 회사긴 한데 G2 고즈는 유럽 팀이거든요. 오늘 누구를 응원하러 온 건지 물어보도록 할게요. So guys, it's a little bit confusing. G2 Gozen, you guys are part of both regions, Americas and also EMEA. So who are you guys rooting for today?
For EMEA, actually, Heretics. Yeah.
Heretics를 응원한다고 합니다. You too, Amy, right?
Yeah, even though I love Sentinels, I need to support my EU brothers.
센티널스를 좋아하기는 하지만 그래도 헤리틱스를 응원하러 왔다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면은 응원의 한마디도 부탁해 보도록 할게요. So any fighting words for Sentinel? I mean Heretics. You know they need your good energy.
Yeah, I mean they need to step up their game, and comebacks can happen all the time. So go Heretics.
조금 더 열심히 해줬으면 좋겠지만 그래도 역전을 충분히 할 수 있을 것 같아서 헤리틱스가 힘내라고 얘기를 해줬는데요. Do we see a potential comeback happening? 역전할 수 있을지 에이미님한테 또 물어볼게요.
If they keep up their energy, they for sure can do it.
계속해서 좋은 기운을 한번 가져갈 수 있다면 충분히 역전할 수 있다고 얘기를 했습니다. 그러면 또 에이미님한테도 헤리틱스에게 한마디 부탁해 보도록 할게요. So any message over to the Heretics bros?
Sorry, what?
Any message over to the Heretics players?
You got this. Keep up the energy. Let's go.
열심히 해주시고 화이팅이라고 얘기를 했습니다. Thank you, Petra and Amy. 네, 이렇게 해서 페트라 선수 그리고 에이미 선수 만나봤습니다.
Let's go, Bazi.
7-5. Heretics now have their work cut out. Sentinels, they have a map in hand. They've had the lead on the half hit. They probably feel a little safer, but if you're Heretics, it's do or die, Josh. What do you do with this? 5 rounds here, you do the side switch, Where's your mind going? What do you start with?
When we came into this series, we looked at that map pick of Icebox from Team Heretics, a head scratcher. You think that they've cooked up something new with agents? They haven't. You think they've cooked up something new with game plan? They haven't. They've been looking shaky individually, not closing out the rounds that they should be. Mini Boo, trying to find that early contact. He doesn't get punished. But a 3-stack on Maze, a fourth player coming in.
And look at the pace. Sentinels mean business. They want in. Rien's the first of the door, going to send Zekin away. Takes him down at 20, and they got to respect that. But they double down. Sentinels singular in approach almost here. Held back currently towards Maze at 410. Nice from Woot. Big opportunity now. This is getting scrappy, it's getting a bit messy. And Zelsis, I told you that classic has something in it.
No way.
No! Mini Boo, not like that. Not like this.
Oh,
And look at the HP on them, Josh. They're barely breathing, but they're still alive. Rien's, that could have been heaven sent.
JohnQT down to 11.
Hell, this is just taking lumps out of each other.
3 versus 3. The round slows down. Killjoy down for the defense. That's going to cause some pressure, some strain. Team Heretics, though, they're moving together. They're reading this really well. They know exactly where Sentinels wants to go here.
Yeah, there was no finesse to the start of it, but maybe the end could be a little bit cleaner.
Look at that Viper wall for the attack side. It's on that A site. They have nothing to
30
work with
seconds
here
left.
except their guns. They need to move in so well together. But JohnQT, one shot, he goes down. Zelsis, 2 for him.
It felt like they're second guessing, they're drifting away, but maybe not. Maybe just the one man. Boo,
15
the
seconds.
one who sacrificed everything, gets a double! He's given them the hope, the chance here. And Sussy has to
10
go for this
seconds
plant.
left.
And he's actually been given it. An opportunity made out of nothing. He's even evaded the jump spot, but you don't get away from Root. Heretics holding this together.
Heretics did such a good job there. That first initial engagement towards top generator peeled off, realized they didn't want to overstay their welcome. Regroup to the back of the site, fight together. Benji out on his own. He was reloading his sheriff and his teammates weren't swinging with him. And it got a little bit dicey for a second there, but the recovery was good. And this timing of this orb, there's 20 seconds left when he pops that leaves them with 5 if they wait it out. So perfectly timed from Boo, getting that second. And you're wondering, why did he not stop that plant? It's better to play that 3 versus 1 and secure that round than to go for stopping that plant. If Saucy wasn't committing to it, gets the kill on Boo, gets the plant, he has a 1-on-2.
Okay, just classics. SEN bundle classic, however, so a little bit risky, but should, by all accounts, be comfortable. And I've got to say, when it comes to Boo's performance, because he is the one kind of anchoring this B site, he has been a safe pair of hands here. Really.
Saucy down as well for 17.
Down. Beautiful, beautiful from Boo. Doesn't even need to see them, just knows where to spam, knows what to go for. And he plays his life well here. They'd love to take him away. He's not letting him. Beautiful. Again, backbone, safe pair of hands. Ice Guard leader, sometimes you need someone like that.
We talked about it before. 7-7 is the scoreline off the back of that pistol. Yes, they have both in this game to be able to keep them just barely alive. But, I mean, hey, Sentinel did that to them on table. So right here, this is where the game really starts to separate. Does Team Heretics get to
That's all she wrote.
They have
That's all
these
she
weapons.
wrote.
They get this bonus round going. Sentinels, what do you have in play? Because right now, maybe if you were thinking, let's go B, guess what? Boo's been having a belter of a performance, as I think you would say.
I certainly would.
Unable to...
Ooh, did he
recalled
recall?
it.
Nice.
I think he recalled it.
Yeah.
20-second cooldown.
Perfect. So we'll have to keep a little bit of an eye on it, but at least there's a chance. But it looks like the hit's coming in already. I'm looking at Rien's here. Does he get cleared?
Saw the setup from Sentinels. It was so strong.
Woot though, high dizzy. And Mini Boo on the re-clear. Beautiful approach towards the maze. Oh, and moshed on the... What? How did... JohnQT's having a nightmare.
No,
this
he's
map,
like 1-12 right now.
Yeah, he's having a rough go of things. And we know what he's like. We know what he can do. But this hasn't been hitting for him, at least in this map.
पता नहीं क्यों लग रहा है मुझे फील आ रही है कि मैप नंबर 3 जा रहे हैं हम.
Left wanting here, barely making it past Maze at all, barely making towards sight.
Boo, keeping them contained in here. The can of sardines, he's got them in the back lines, garage jump spotting. The Team Heretics stacked on the back of the site here. But Rien's goes down.
Hold on, you can't doubt him. Mini Boo could do really nicely. Oh, he absolutely can, in unison with Benji, beautifully timed.
Team Heretics is not only collecting
bonus
these
को
rounds,
बदला
Mini
अपने
Boo
भाई
standing
में
up there
और
as
बाय
well,
राउंड
but
हार
the
चुकी
fashion
है.
that they're doing it, they're fighting
Sentinel
together.
अपना पहला
They're
बाय
making
राउंड
sure
हार
that they
चुकी है.
are in the same area. See this re-clear at Maze together with the Dizzy and the slide in. We're seeing this early aggression towards Pipes and Maze. We're seeing that there's so much confidence in leaving Boo on an island. He's doing a great job of surviving and getting kills through the walls as well. Right now, Sentinels pumps the brakes. Round 16. Let's take a timeout. We just lost our first gun round against their bonus. They're catching the lead now. What do we need to switch up here? What's been working for them and what's not been working for us? Well, John QT, I haven't really seen him have any impact. Right now, it seems as a it is rare. And when we look at him and what he does, his impact as a player, he's able to close out rounds. But all of Haven, Tens is just in their faces, killing everyone before they can exit a choke point. John QT is not even needed there. So maybe he hasn't had a chance to warm up, but he's going into this game. He's taking these weird fights from Snowman in a man advantage situation. He's losing his duels and he keeps going for them. Very sloppy work. Maybe as
Sentinel को यहाँ टाइम आउट लेना बहुत जरूरी था.
Maybe he needs to lean on his team a little bit more. Zels is another very vocal player. He's doing really well right now on Killjoy. He's got 17 kills already. He's got a pretty good read of what's going on. He's in perfect positions all throughout that defense, pivoting.
Yeah.
Maybe lean on your teammates. Get them to chime. Just as deadly as an outlaw sometimes.
Yeah, looking to scout things out. Benji, please.
Just toying with them a little bit.
He's not, maybe not in this round. Maybe we just chill.
These are the dangerous rounds. When you
these
highlight
are the
Sentinels,
yeah,
this is the round that you don't want to lose. This happened on Haven as well.
Yep. This is when you play it by the book. You know what I mean? You cross the T's, you dot the I's. You're going through every protocol. Because there's certain teams that have such high potential for these rounds. I mean, even statistically. So I get a little scared. SEN is certainly one of those. But we'll see. As it stands, Heretics are I guess not really going to be caught unawares by that. They should be very aware of it. Knife goes in, clears yellow, nothing there.
He's going to catch the timing, get the kill on Rians. No.
Christ, look at this.
Timing.
Cracks it open. Does he get traded quickly? No, he's away like a thief for the night. He's out of there. They're doubling back though. And they never broke the alarm bot either, so I'm surprised that they pulled so many players away of A, like from towards B.
This is a big gamble from Heretics. It's the wrong read. Sentinels, yes, they're on eco, but they have that Phantom, and with a plant, he's got lockdown. That orb is still there. He can get locked down off the back of that.
Do you ever feel like you're watching a disaster potentially happen?
Yes,
I feel like this could be happening here, but back on site. Quick rotation from Mini Boo. There's still support here. 10 seconds. Gotta wait for the plant. They're not gonna go ahead of this. Question mark. They shouldn't go ahead of this. Okay, there we go. Woot keeps himself calm. And now I'm looking to see if that lockdown is in play. No, Zelsis is still one off from that. Mini Boo backs off. Zelsis is your danger man. Does he switch that rifle out? He does. Yes. Zekken with the armor. With a full HP, high Dizzy, and suddenly you're under the gun, you're under scrutiny, and you're put 10 feet under by John QT and a Ghost. He wants more, he gets more! I told you it was a disaster, and we just witnessed it!
John QT, the closer, Zelsis getting up Maze, finding that gap when Rians was on the drone, dodging it, taking him out, getting that Phantom, and it's again, those are the rounds you cannot lose to Sentinels. That is what gets them into the game. That's what kills your entire confidence.
Momentum, everything.
It's gone. It's dry. And Sentinels runs with these rounds. We talked about John QT.
Welcome back to me.
He was at one kill.
A bit late.
3 kills on that round to take him to 4. Sentinels. Oh man, that is a must-needed round.
That could be the swing. Will that be the one? We're still all even. How is that mental for Heretics now, though? This is when it brings it into question. And they feel that pressure. When you make mistakes, and Sentinels, as I said, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile, they'll run with that. This time it looks committed, at least to start with. Want to see them remove alarm bot. That's gone.
Even spread so much faith on Woot on this A site, even though he's got that Thrash. The bait setup trying to come into play here. Boo wants to get behind yellow, but knows once that knife or dart comes off cooldown, he can get caught. Zelsis has his lockdown off the back of that. It's going to be instantly invested.
Does Boo get out of here?
Benji stole that mid line.
Okay. It still feels so tense. Boo. Scary way to play, and Sassy gonna post this actually, one towards Snowman and kind of back towards middle. That's gonna be Benji noted, but that's fine, that's not the end of the world. Miniboo gonna be held back as well. John QT taking a chunk of damage here, but he takes one with him.
Oh my god, John QT!
John QT coming alive when they needed him, but middle's getting one out by Heretics. And now John QT is not safe. Benji strikes back, and now a 2v3. Zelsis and Zekken though, some heavy hitters still here. They pop the ult on this one. Boo wants to try and keep this at least in their favor. So Zekken gets curious, takes a glance, and didn't see Benji. Zekken now spamming as Benji to find Zelsis. Zekken still stands and time is ticking. They got to get a move on. Zekken, can he connect here? Trying to get towards off. He's done so well! The time though is there, the fuse is there, and Heretics take back the lead.
Close round, both teams giving it their all, and I swear you mention his name once and he's just like, what? Did someone call my name?
Summoned.
John QT
Summoned.
In their faces. This is what Tens was doing on Haven, just getting in their faces, lining them up and taking them down. But right now, you're right, Team Heretics does take the lead. Sentinels doesn't have the great economy, but neither team does. These teams come down to the wire with one alive at the end.
It's round by round.
It's not even that, it's that it could be a big one round. It can be the difference of 2 or 3 rounds.
Yep.
Miniboo going down early here. This is not the round to go aggro, not off the back of a win, not when your teammates have $0, 100 on Boo.
Right here.
Right now, just split apart. Team Heretics, they switch up their setup. They wanted to go aggressive on B. They put Benji on A. That Viper's Pit on John QT, though, I look to that. If he gets in their faces, pops that towards screens, doesn't enable Team Heretics the ability to even get out the choke point. What do you do? But Benji, he's got a lockdown of his own. He needs to use it.
Rien's the mechanical monster, but Zekken's in. Rien's doing the dance, trying to find him. It looks like a 2v1 right now, but Benji's the one to catch him. But Zelsis on top of the site. The lockdown, you got to evacuate quickly, you got to respect it. And Benji gonna backfill the space. Puts his body on the line now. Yeah, he's creeping towards Maze. But Tens knows this, but does he know who he's up against? Benji Fishy could have closed it down, but it's a 1v1. Boo's been the backbone, but Zelsis could break it. 30 seconds, Spike is there. Zelsis clearing corners, and now he knows Boo gonna just slip away. Try and play the timing a touch. 5 bullets to play with.
He's got that Viper's Molly as well, waiting for that tap. He's been so big for these guys before, but Zelsis at the top with the...
He's hunting. 5 bullets.
He's
hunting. He's looking, and he can't get him in time.
Fucking Zelsis.
Boo, off the back of Benji's brilliance, does exactly what Heretics needed.
A 4 versus 5 conversion as well for Team Heretics. Benji in a 2 versus 4 re-aggresses into Maze and lines them up. And stops them all over right there. That's huge. A 4 kill. Almost ended up with that ace as well. Couldn't connect, and
Those are those moments.
These rounds are so, you can't predict them.
No.
You really can't. And an outlaw purchase from Rien's, realizing the economy situation from Sentinels here. Zekken also, Bladestorm.
Starting to feel the scrutiny themselves, Sentinels. First time we felt that pendulum really start to swing here. But as you said, this can be any situation. It's still winnable. It's still doable. The caliber between these two teams is off the charts. So for now, let's look at the opening approach here.
Sentinels talked about how good they are with those audibles, with those adaptations on the fly. But right now, they're not showing us anything new. They're not really using middle all that often. They're not even breaking that turret or alarm bot. Benji stealing that space again. So Sentinels, all this work and effort to steal this space, to pressure Team Heretics to use that drone to re-clear things. But Team Heretics, they don't even need a budge. Benji off that sound cue, off A site, B site. Oh, hey, you guys are split. Cool. I'm gonna go take out your turret, create some more pressure on you guys. And here, Sentinels, they're regrouping right now, all of them together. They're leaving Zelsis in mid for that late flank. But will they clear Miniboo? He's just on the edge here, so he can dodge a knife here and then get back behind yellow.
see.
It's a flash. It's a flashing dash.
Yeah, flash. 30 seconds left. No dash on the follow-up. Miniboo's still here, and Boo's gonna find Zekken. Oh wait, they're falling! What is going on here? Miniboo, the surprise of their life, and Benji pulls him into the blender. Zelstis makes his appearance, but he's got an uphill struggle. A 2v4, and Tens can do nothing. Oh, give it to him. Give it to him.
10 seconds left.
Oh, he's waving. He's waving.
Disrespectful,
No
bro.
respect.
But if you give it
Very
like that, you gotta
disrespectful.
take it as well. Zelstis
Very,
has always
very
been the
disrespectful.
player up. He's always the one giving it large.
That is
And now
true.
there's a timeout.
A must-needed timeout as well.
30 seconds left.
Looking at round 20. They're down by 3. Team Heretics. This is a very close scoreline to what we saw in the last game as well. And keeping in mind, Sentinels won both pistols in that last map. Now, Team Heretics, they win both pistols. They have the lead. They are on the cusp. Sentinels stringing together these buys, but still, we talked about how good they are and making these adaptations, figuring out where the enemy is, manipulating the positioning on the defense. Right now, Team Heretics is in full control. As soon as Sentinels shows their hand, Benji disrupts it at middle, and then that bait and switch setup with Big Bro, Little Bro. It was so good. I was wondering, like, wait, they don't know you're here and you're using your wall and everything. They still come out on top of the situation. But still, Sentinels need to do something a little bit different. This timeout from the coach, maybe he gets involved. Maybe he tells them which parts of the map to utilize a little bit more. Because Team Heretics, they're just locking it down 2-1-2.
They are, and they are in control of this. We asked at the half, how badly do they want it? They clawed back some key rounds from that first half to give them a lifeline, and that's all it needed. A chance given, a moment. They took it with both hands. Tournament life is on the line here. There is no going after this. You don't win, you go home. That's it. And for Heretics, it came down to this map to try and stay alive. SEN could have closed out in 2, but we're not there yet. 8-11. Heretics do have the upper hand, but a timeout comes. Does it answer their problems? Does it find solutions? They're trying to isolate Boo at the start here. He's not going down, though. He's playing a really balanced game. Oh, Zekken, though. Still wanting to follow up. And he's got support.
Waiting for that flash. He's going to activate his dash with that flash.
ये round बहुत
Punish
crucial है
behind that
Sentinel के
yellow.
लिए.
The 3-man stack, though. Does one play anti? Anticipating. They have to read again.
Flash, dash, we're away. No one playing anti, and the body's going to try. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something went wrong. Something went wrong mechanically on that one. Mouse problem, don't know. That's
not happy about whatever
that's horrific.
There.
That could be a mental breaker too. We'll come back to that. For now, it's a 4v4. And it's a pivot. Zelstis could still give them the golden path here to go ahead. He's got help as well. Sarsi's with him. Trying to clear some of this utility. Benji on the verge. Big pickup. Benji's starting to find his footing here. A quiet series until now. We saw him pick up that 4, almost 5 earlier on. And 10 struggling to find safety. He's banking on someone to save him, and there's no one coming. But can Tens be the one? No. It's all on John QT in a 1v3. And he's dealt with it. 12 for Heretics. And I feel like we might have a tech pause, but who knows?
Match point.
Game wouldn't be a game without.
We'll see. I'm interested. Because I don't know if it went off the mouse pad, something. It felt like
so many.
froze.
I've had that happen to a teammate.
Yeah.
They swiped so much that it went off the mouse pad. I've seen sensor issues. I've seen everything.
Knows?
But right now, Team Heretics in their faces, disrespecting Sentinels, not playing to the normal game plan they have, is waiting for everyone to group, then doing the retake together. They're feeling confident, they're taking these duels, they're disrespecting Sentinels, and that's exactly the name of the game. That's what EDG did to send Sentinels down here. Now Team Heretics taking a page out of their book, getting a little bit loose, winning the duels, feeling confident enough to take them. And again, another 3-man stack here on that B site for Team Heretics. Another good read. A site completely undefended right now. Lockdown, Hunter's Fury in play if they need it for that retake.
Looking at Tens' ult as well, though. That's huge.
And Saucy.
Yeah, now that ready. Kind of a bookend, really. Start and end.
We get to see a lurk this time. John QT,
like
we
it.
haven't seen them go through mid yet.
Start the round now with commitment. And look at the utility. This sets John QT up. This could be massive. Benji spotted it! That could be so much. That could be near on everything. Tens goes down as well. It's falling for Sentinels. That lifeline, that grit, that determination we asked for, but the Rez comes in. He's back on his feet. A 5v4. It ain't over yet. Zekken on the site has to play this smart. Benji with the lockdown. Tens, he's not moving. He's not moving though. He's still standing. They're still fighting. Zekken trying to back away here. He has to respect this to an extent. Woot trying to play forward. We're going to have the Hunter's Fury lockdown destroyed. And now we've got the pressure building here. How much is left in the tank for Sentinels? That's how much. Zekken still going. Sassy taking them away. And down is Don Zels. It's on Zekken here, and it's all on Boo on the other side. Maybe 9 is calling Sentinels his name, as Boo knows he's out of time, and he's not running away from that.
Oh my god. क्या round है ये?
Before the spike explodes,
क्या round
they
है?
save their guns. Okay.
Yep, big.
Keep them into this next round.
ये round momentum break करेगा, मुझे लगता है.
Huge impact.
King prediction आती
JohnQT got away
हुई.
with
King
that.
prediction आती हुई.
Totally different.
Right.
कि ये round break करेगा
So
momentum.
So many
Team
rounds,
Heretics
Team
का और
Heretics
यहाँ पे हम
first
जाएंगे
kill,
OT
converting
map.
it. And even the rounds that
OT
they
rounds
haven't,
में.
when Mini-Boo died in that garage
Match
push,
point करेगी Sentinel, 2 round
Second.
जीतेगी और हम जाएंगे
Looks
OTs
like mentally
में.
he's rebound
Back
from
in.
whatever
तैयार हो
happened.
जाओ guys, मेरी prediction King prediction है तो
Shows a
जरूर
great
सही
deal of
होगी.
wherewithal
बने रहो live जो
even
भी.
for a young player like him.
Good info for Team Sentinels. I wonder if Team Heretics uses that to kind of get in front of where Sentinels is going to go next. Change the
It's
setup.
curious, isn't it? Do they then expect it to be this fast BP, so they even though layer ahead of that? Who knows? For now, what we can see is that Boo's already expecting this to an extent, sitting deeper by Snowman, sitting a little further back. But still, they've conditioned them to have to clear yellow like this. They have to invest, show their hand early.
Securing that Snowman control, making it easy for the rest of his team to be able to come through middle, through kitchen, through that hallway, and come in for this retake. But we see this. Sentinel still hasn't even broached the site yet, but it's a 5v5 right here. Benji listening for the callback. Celsius versus Benji.
The Zels is clear. The crowd. It didn't give away the game, and Benji rewarded. Takes away Zelsis, and the pressure starting to mount. Heretics holding on here. Eyeing up that third map. You could imagine it might be JohnQT, Sassy, Tens. If they stand, I'm not going to call it done just yet, but Heretics have done everything we asked of them. They've walked the path. They've walked this game back from the brink, back from disaster. And now 2 more bodies to drop. Sassy and JohnQT in their way of opening up that third map to keep hope alive here for the Heretics side. Desperate to find fair fights, you're not gonna get them. JohnQT has to face the music, has to wait for map 3 to try and turn their fates. Heretics, they've given us a game.
Team Heretics delivering the goods. They pick Icebox, their worst map statistically. They come back into this with
हम ऐसे matches में आ चुके हैं जहाँ पे
we haven't seen the side of them getting in their faces.
This is it. They're back alive. It's game on. We've got map 3, and God, did this game deserve it.
Let's go guys, map number 3 आने वाला है. Let's go decider आने वाला है. तैयार हो जाओ. क्या मैप हुए हैं, क्या मैचेस हुए हैं, क्या जबरदस्त गेमिंग हुई है आज. तैयार हो जाओ यार. अभी बस आ रहा हूँ. 2 मिनट में स्टार्ट होगा मैप नंबर 3. 2 से 3 मिनट बाद हम मिलेंगे आपसे दोबारा. तब तक के लिए आप बने रहेंगे वीडियो पे, और अगर ट्वीट पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो कर सकते हैं. स्क्रीन के लेफ्ट ऑन साइड पे आ रहा है, ट्वीट पढ़िए, एंजॉय कीजिए.
this elimination game is going the distance, and I'm now joined once again by me, Josh, and Josh. Totally not confusing whatsoever. I mean, we're talking about this before, Josh, that at one point it felt like Sentinels could just close this out 2-0. What happened?
It looked very much like they were in the lead. I think the score was somewhere around 6-2, and I genuinely feel like Team Heretics just woke up. They started playing incredibly well. They got a clutch in a really important position, and they turned the game completely on its head.
Yeah, I mean, a huge step up from a guy like Benji Fishy as an individual, and also from the Boo brothers having some great moments throughout this one. I think their defense looked really solid, especially having a lot of these ideas for the fast re-clears off that neon stun, off that slide, looking really well executed and so much more comfortable than the start of that map.
I think this next round is the one that changed it though. Boo detained in a corner, able to kill a couple of players, time super low on the clock, 6-3. This is where the game actually turned on a dime, right there.
Yeah, they did, and Josh, why do you think the Sentinels weren't able to capitalize on the lead that they had and allowed Heretics to get back into the game?
Honestly, it came down to the second half where on Sentinels attack, I feel like they didn't do enough to provide that misinformation, to pull the rotates away from their ending site. So I think Heretics' defense just proved too much for them.
Yeah, and how exciting was this round 19 2v4?
I mean, that's when you get like the two young aimers just cracked out of their minds, just holding it down in that one spot, getting 3 kills. Benji Fishy, he's just phenomenal.
They don't lose those.
Yeah.
No, they really don't. And I think that Team Heretics are a team that in a lot of ways are known for the set plays, for the early ideas there, but I think have really proved a lot of the depth and also just the ability to pull off these incredible hero moments, which on map 1 of this series, we're so often going the way of Sentinels. Think about how many rounds TENS was winning with a 2K, with a 3K. Bringing that energy back for a player like Benji, for a guy like Mini Boo, who honestly looked down on himself in parts of map 1, is so big for them to stay in this series.
I said at the beginning of this match as well that they had to shut down Zekken. On the attack side, this tournament, Zekken's got 61% first kill win rate. At the moment, he's 2 for 6. So 2 out of 8 on the attack side for his first kills. And actually, the player that's impressing me the most is Riens from Team Heretics. And he has been all tournament. He's putting up an incredible tournament. He's there, trading people out, getting the kills, putting out the work, 140 ADR. He's there always when his team needs him, trading out in the proper positions, always playing well.
Yeah, this team is playing for more 4v5s than anyone else in the tournament because they're really willing to risk Mini Boo's life for him to just send it in. And that means you need great players on the trades as that second entry. And Riens has been providing that so well all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you know as well as anyone how important and how impactful it is to have a supportive player that's this reliable.
Yeah, for sure. Like he's getting information at the right times at a site. He's calling for Miniboo to run over or look for the flood, and he's just scrappy as well. Like he's willing to take that duel and that fight, and that's the name of the game. They won at A so many times that Sentinels were forced to just take a look at B, but they didn't do enough to manipulate them at all, and so yeah, their defense won out.
And for both him and Woot, the other Turkish player on this team, this is their first year playing in Tier 1 in VCT, now in the top 4 of champions and a map away from staying alive and continuing this lower bracket run.
Yeah, let's talk about that map as well, because it feels like teams are using Abyss as kind of a risk, or maybe they have something on it that we don't know about, because we haven't even seen Sentinels as Abyss at all.
No, we have no idea what Sentinels are going to be running. I mean, unless you've scrimmed against them, Josh.
Maybe I have.
Oh,
maybe I have.
Oh, okay.
What did you think of it?
It's like looking at a mirror.
Right.
Whoa. All right. I mean, maybe they changed things up. They've had a little bit of time. Who knows?
I feel like in any situation, you would want the map to be match tested before you bring it out. In an elimination stage to get to the lower bracket final, at champs, for God's sake.
It's a risk.
It's unbelievably risky, and against a team that I think is pretty happy playing Abyss, even though they got destroyed by DRX. They're not a bad team on that map, Team Heretics.
I feel like we don't read too much into that match because DRX are just the best Abyss team.
Yeah, they looked excellent in that game. So this is definitely going to be a tough opponent for SEN to go up against. And Josh, can you speak to that? The difference between playing a comp and thinking something's working really well in scrims and then actually going and testing that in a big match like this?
Sometimes you just don't know until you're actually there. Like what you can do as a coach is just give them the protocols, get the reps in, just so that they can have an understanding of how to play those situations that you will commonly see. But you never know with Benji Fishy just locking it down or Woot finding those entries along with Mini Boo. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I will say that these two gentlemen on your screens, Weber and Neil, they are prep heavy. They love watching everything anti-stratting. They come up with all sorts of things. But there is nothing to anti-strat. There is nothing to prepare. And Josh, what do you do in those situations?
Like I said, you just have to rely on your own team's protocols for this. We'll just have to rely on like how can you solve this comp's problems, and we'll see how they do it in their first gun round.
Sentinels, though, have been really excellent at finding those adaptations when Kaplan calls that timeout, and also when Jung QT is just making a lot of these ideas on the fly. I think if you're looking just at like the pure ability to adapt and come up with new plans, Sen has looked better than that this event overall than Team Heretics. But Heretics in that last game showed a real ability to bounce back, and they're going in with a comp with ideas that are already match tested.
And I feel like to a degree, DRX have done a lot of that homework already for Sen. We saw what they did against Booze, Astra and stuff, and all of the post-spawn stuff they were able to bring out. Sideshow, there are ways to take on this Heretics comp.
There definitely are ways to do it, but you have to be comfortable in your own play before you can start taking down another team's play. And that's what concerns me here with Sentinels. You think about the journey that both of these teams have been on. They've been in big grand finals before. Madrid for Sentinels, where they won, Heretics, most recently in Shanghai too. But right now, it's an unusual spot for both squads. They're in a situation that, like Celsius said, they didn't think they would be in the lower bracket, and now Sen are playing
oh, okay.
a map they haven't played before.
Yeah. Josh, what are your thoughts on this comp?
I think they just copied from the best, DRX.
Yeah, they just joined what they were doing?
Yeah.
It's going to work here, you think?
Yeah, I favor the KO a little bit more than the Gecko here. Sova's a must pick. The Omen could be kind of funky with like the one-ways, but there's like the limited range in the map like this.
It's giving, we lost to Deadlock, so we copied it, but they didn't work on it, and it lost them a lot of games early on in Champs. I think that's a real worry here for Sentinels. You can't just copy a good comp and expect to be amazing at it. You have to put in a lot of the work as to why it works as well.
This is one of those maps where we are going to see opping from both these Jets on the defensive side, shutting that down. And for Second, once he's on that side, getting those opening picks is so crucial here. They've never played this comp before, and they're staking their year on it.
Yeah, this is do or die for both of these teams. The winner will move on to tomorrow's best-of-5 lower bracket final, and the loser will be heading home one last time. You guys, Pansy and Steel, take it away.
Let's go.
With absolute honor, this is what it comes down to, the complete unknown. We don't know what to expect. We can theory craft, you can practice it, but you don't know until the day, until you walk on a stage like this and have to deliver. Heretics clawed back map 2. They brought it back from the brink. Sentinels took a stand on map 1. But now, what on earth do we have here on Abyss?
This series was in Sentinels' hands. Now on Abyss. This is on Heretics to lose. It's in their wheelhouse. Sentinels, they're debuting their Abyss right now for the first time. Untested, but
Blood's drawn.
Mini Boo getting the first picks, and the dark skin.
It's huge! Heretics off to a flying start here.
बचने लगी है सेंटिनल की वाट लगने लगी है मुझे लग रहा था लास्ट मैप हमेशा डिसाइडर मैप उस टीम के लिए डिफिकल्ट होता है जो पहला मैप जीत के आ रही है क्योंकि उनका मोमेंटम लूज हो जाता है सेकंड मैप थर्ड मैप उनके लिए हमेशा से डिफिकल्ट रहता है क्योंकि सामने वाली टीम जीत के आ रही होती है ऊपर से मोमेंटम कैरी फॉरवर्ड करती है अब नहीं पता कि क्या होगा सेंटिनल्स के साथ सेंटिनल्स करेगी कमबैक या बाहर होगी आज सेंटिनल होप सो हम चाहते हैं कि नहीं बाहर हो
Opening. We call it too early. To threat, disrespect this man. That paranoia looked absolutely gorgeous, but spikes in hand. Look at the HP though. That's what scares me. 54, 13. It's not really enough to imagine you can turn it on.
Reminiscent of that Icebox as well. So low HP, Boo accidentally getting multiple kills like on John QT through the wall. Just so low. A spike plant, maybe, perhaps it's in the play for Sentinels, but if they cannot find a way to isolate all these players, to split them up, to find a first kill or two untraded, they don't have the health, they don't have the players, the bodies to put behind this. Team Heretics, yes, they have to go for this retake. Yes, it's going to take them 10 seconds to get to that spike to begin with. But oh man, they're healthy.
You talk about miracles. This would be one of them, but TenZ, strange things have happened. John QT, Clutch King himself. Steps heard, no body dropped. Had to be clean, still has to be clean. 54 HP is all they got to work. Someone gonna keep an eye on TenZ? Is someone gonna keep an eye on TenZ? You don't, someone please turn and deal with that man. John QT has to swing and they keep it safe.
Why are we the ones that catch up in these situations? Team Heretics. Communication slipping, but Sentinels, they had two great maps to start the BO3. They had Haven and Icebox. They could have closed it in 2. They were unleashed on Haven, getting into Heretics' grill, not allowing any entry into the rounds. But somewhere in the early stages of Icebox, they got turned upside down. You know, off the back of Boo's heroics, Heretics, they regained their footing. They feel unkillable. They keep taking these duels. I mean, it's starting out here on Abyss as well. Early fight, 5 seconds of the round. 2 of them getting the kills. Early drone out. They want this spike plant. They want to be able to get some sort of pressure onto Team Heretics right now with these classics.
Yeah, gap closer and audio.
Opening.
No one seems aware of the potential of this. And it's a problem. Oh,
nice second. Well played, second. Well played, bro. You are a fucking amazing, bro.
Okay, Spike's still down.
But they've got a minute to play with, right? Like,
pause in the round, and the weapons weren't recovered. Still on classics, TenZ and Saucy, waiting for that flank to come around into play. Gonna get that spike.
Spike's back, okay, but you keep your eye on Saucy.
If he taps this, oh yeah, he's just gonna back.
He has no idea. They have no idea about Saucy. And if TenZ can just keep them guessing, or maybe make them doubt that it's this B site, back away potentially, Saucy could get played in, or he just looks for a free kill. You can see the paranoia in Boo. He's spotted now though, and he falls. The chances dwindle. Opportunities now back in Heretics. Oh my good God! Why is this so close?
Almost.
Why is SEN not push Heaven? Why?
From Sentinels are so scary, and the fact that they can get this close on
why is SEN not pushed
just the drone invested on a round like this makes me fearful for what might happen in a few rounds from now. Heretics, they can't have rounds like that. They need to wake up. Maybe the gap between the two maps iced them a little too much. They lost that form. They lost that confidence. Something's going on with the comms where they almost slipped.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit, it feels really messy. It feels very unstable.
It's okay, yeah, that's that.
I know, well, look, I get nervous, all right?
Okay. Just Boo here to defend this site, like he's Viper on Icebox again. Drone coming out.
Okay,
but TenZ already across.
No!
Oh my God.
Really uncharacteristic miss. Both teams looking a little bit shaky here, looking like that strain, that pressure is mounting. Counter swing from the other side though. Pressure now shown across the board.
That's good info for Zelsis. Confirms that B site's probably weak, but still down a man early. Boo still keeps that control. He's just gonna back up, play that retake, wait for his teammates to come. This is where Team Heretics is really thriving in these moments. Benji controlling middle. It was pressured a little bit earlier from John QT, but still 5 versus 4. A couple of sheriffs for Team Heretics. Sentinels needs this round and needs it clean as well. They cannot afford to win it with only one alive here. TenZ already aggressive on that rafters. We've seen him on Haven.
That's spotted though, seen by the Owl drone. Doesn't get to get away with his life either. Miniboo on the sweep back through, and the bonus looking deadly as Saucy has to be the linchpin in this nearly high flash. Can he work from it? Not really. Miniboo still behind. Still waiting for Saucy to check, to try and get proactive. He can only get down 1, and now the numbers so favorable towards Heretics. The problems starting to mount for SEN. Could John QT even clutch this up? Surely not. No chance in hell as Heretics convert the bonus.
Oh my God. 3-0 for Sentinels.
Scary if you are Team Sentinels. You're looking at elimination right now.
Sentinel हो रही है eliminate.
Against the enemy's bonus.
लग रहा है देख के जाने वाली है Sentinel. घर
अब. That first kill onto Boo, like how does TenZ not convert that? And this is one of those things that psychologically, if you let that kill get away and you know that
game OP, भाई रोने की जरूरत नहीं है यार, Sentinel जीत सकती है भाई.
That's gonna sit with you, stir in your mind, and haunt you.
बहुत अच्छी चीज है, उम्मीद बना के रखो, अभी 3 ही राउंड आ रही है.
It'll only takes one round to reset. It only takes one moment to
अभी
feel like
Tens
the
अपना
wind's in
जादू
your
दिखा
sails again.
सकता
The
है.
Heretics look
Zekken
more
अपना
comfortable
जादू
here
दिखा
for now.
सकता है. बने रहो
Back
यार.
in we go. Zekken just brought to his knees by Miniboo, and he's just not going to be moved. Miniboo knows it all so well. Backs away. The damage is done. And Sentinel's struggling.
This was an investment from Sentinels as well. They purchased weapons here. It's a 3 versus 5. They're going to try to pivot around. Benji on that A site. He's alone, yes, but he's been feeling so hot, so like on Icebox. Okay, here comes a little bit of a mid-walk.
Hey, he's back on Cypher.
He's back on Cypher.
He's fine.
He's back. Yeah, true. And Rand's back on Sova.
Yeah.
We're chilling. If they can win on Gecko and Killjoy, they can win on Cypher and Sova.
Yep, spot on. You see them in their stronger roles here, really. Same could be said a little for Sentinels to an extent. But we have to see how comfortable they look. It's not an understatement to worry about this sort of map coming out this late in a series, in a map pool. It's not in the wheelhouse. Now they're struggling to stick the landing, but they don't have the player in.
Oh my god.
Capitalizing on what he has, but couldn't quite turn the flash enough, but he keeps his life. John QT needs to play forward.
What a timing, yeah. What a timing for reveal.
Off the way, Heretics!
Oh, 4-0, 4-0.
Flawless start.
भाई अब तो मुझे भी लग रहा है कि सेंटिनल्स थोड़ा सा बहुत प्रेशर है.
Heretics, I'm looking at the veto, I'm looking at that first map, I'm thinking, oh, they're kind of down in the dumps, especially when we go to Icebox and
टाइमिंग रिवील देखो आप लोग. यहाँ रिवील हुई, यहाँ रिवील हुआ. क्या टाइमिंग रिवील है भाई.
got to this place in the first place. These guys are so, when they're on point, they are so strong.
सेंटिनल ने ले लिया है अपना पहला टाइम आउट क्योंकि वो बिछड़ रही है इस मैप. कोई चांस ही नहीं बनता कि इस मैप के बाद वो टाइम आउट ले. यहाँ टाइम आउट लेना जरूरी है क्योंकि वो पिछड़ती नजर आ रही है. एलिमिनेट होने के रास्ते पे आ चुकी है. देखते क्या रहता है गाइस.
There's enough going wrong, they don't like it. This is when we talk about what you can see in practice, picking comps that other teams run. Bring it in as a final map in a tournament life affair. And not just any tournament, it's champs, you know, you don't... This was such a risky veto. And I think a lot of us thought, hey, that's front-loaded. SEN got the better of Heretics early. And I think that's a really fair assessment. But that Abyss pick was always going to be so weighted in the unknown. Yeah, we know a little bit about Heretics on here. It wasn't maybe something you put super high up, but they were willing to try it out, play it a bit. Sentinels, it's the complete unknown.
The only other option they really had was forcing it to bind.
Yeah.
Possible. If they banned out Abyss, they could have gone to bind. They must have felt that they were more confident here on Abyss than going up against Team Heretics on bind. Yes, Sentinels lost to Fnatic on bind. Yeah, it happens. Heretics is a decent bind team, but man, to play your first time on in a match like this in these stakes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So much on them.
You don't get do-overs. You don't get to get just on the fly. No. There's no VOD review, but through middle, 2 players.
I like this. This is a really nice crunch. And now Heretics have to play forward. They have to try and retake the space. They know where that parallel's come from, or at least they should. Now they know, and now there's a surprise. Can they stick the landing? Can they hit that fatal blow? It looks like they can. SEN with an exceptionally good crunch here towards that A side. Working through middle. Zekken with a banger towards Miniboo. And now a 2v3. Still with a Bucky on 10s, but maybe can play an angle that will work for it. Sit safe somewhere. But the others have to secure some of these areas. They can't just leave it open.
They could switch weapons and Zekken uses Blade Storm in this round, but instead Tens closes the gap, gets close. This is going to be difficult, but it's still Benji alive, and when he's alive, full confidence anything can happen here.
Yeah, but he's met Zekken first and foremost. Tens still on the site, waiting for a victim. He's found it. Beautiful between them. Zekken and Tens. That's a reminder. No matter the odds, no matter the map, there's always threat with Sentinels.
Let's go, guys.
Thrifty. MasterCard Thrifty, no less. Sentinels back in the game, back in the saddle. And it's always moments like that. Now, do I think it's happened at a moment in the game where you can't recover from it? No, it's still early. Team Heretics still 4-1 up, not the worst. More devastating if this would have happened at, let's say, 10-8 or something like that, where now things spiral, things get out of control. Team Heretics, they're still fine, they're chilling. They have that operator up, and they won their bonus.
आज सेंटिनल ज्यादा एग्रेशन नहीं दिखा 2 मैचों में दोनों मैप्स में दोनों बार उनका एक बंदा नाइफ हो चुका है एक बार सैसी और एक बार जेल्सिस अगर उनका एग्रेशन नहीं दिखा है गुस्सा नहीं आया उनके चेहरे पे स्माइल के साथ खेलेंगे दोनों ही मैप और थर्ड मैप में वो दिख रहा है
Okay, it forces them off and the sneak up a B, but he trips here, lose positioning on this Raptor. He's so good up here, and Benji. The 1-2 duo, the 1-2 punch. But still, Sentinels just getting feelers around the map. They don't really have any space yet. Cypher Cam on the defense.
This is nice. They didn't know about Mini Boo.
Oh, how?
That's gutting.
How he missed.
Play that with both hands if you're Sen. You'll love a bit of that.
Follow up. Can they spam him?
Looks like they could.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Don't have that angle. Too many boxes.
Yeah, but focusing towards Mini Boo here, deciding he's maybe, I don't want to say a weak point, but a potential victim. And the gap closing, Mini Boo has no idea. Now he does!
Nice,
Zekin's
nice.
in his face so
Zekin,
quick.
nice Zekin.
Well
Well played, Sentinel. Well played.
Sight perfectly.
Economy still okay for a buy for Team Heretics. They're going to have a go at this. It all starts with his first 2 kills at Heaven here. Rian's.
Zekin's angle's so good though. Can't quite take down Benji, but still, you're looking at a 2v4.
Benji ने अपने पहले मैप से जो अभी आइस बॉक्स खेल गया है उधर के बाद से ऐसा एम कर लिया बू और बेंजी ने अपना ये डिफिकल्टी हो रही है सेंटिनल को वरना 2-0 क्लोज था ये मैच
Overstays their welcome, makes any mistakes, presses forwards. If you find an opening, it's winnable. You try to go for it. But once Rians goes down there and you have that 2 versus 4, you're losing time, time to call it quits, go for that save. 4-2 will be the scoreline. Sentinels finding some footing. And the thing that I look for is Team Heretics. I've seen their attack set on this map. I see the highs and I see the lows. The highs are when you're able to get into certain positions, you're able to get that spike planted, play that post spam, battle, you're chilling. But when I look at Team Heretics, when they have so much opportunity to just take their timings and make their hits, they fall short. So Team Heretics, I'm looking at them to get as many rounds on this half. They got the pistol, they convert the bonus. If they don't end with at least 8 rounds in this half, it's gonna be a messy second
but इस
half.
मोमेंटम को पकड़ के रखना होगा सेंटिनल को यहाँ से जाने नहीं देना ये मोमेंटम अगर यहाँ से 3 राउंड जीतती है तो लीड बनाएगी लीड बनाकर आगे जाना पड़ेगा इस मैप में क्योंकि जब अटैकिंग में आएगी टीम हेरेटिक्स तो काफी डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है
If he gets the ball rolling, hell, if he's the instigator to this, hey, it's game on. So again, for Heretics, what's the next approach here? What's the adjustment? What's the plan? Because it felt like they had the right idea, just a couple missed shots.
Yeah.
Operator not really finding its value, and then Sentinels striking.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not like they had a horrible setup or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was missed shots from Mini Boo. He had opportunities. He angled out a little bit wider just as the flash came, so he missed that opportunity. He backs off, misses another opportunity with another angle. He has no backup there as he gets pushed into the back of the site. You know, if he hits one of these shots on the Sova, on any of these players, different story. So I don't think Team Heretics needs to change up drastically anything too much. We're just so used to them getting those opening picks, winning these duels, because we saw that's how they started coming back on Icebox. So maybe slight adjustments to the setup is in play. We're seeing that start with the Jet Mini Boo towards B. They're going to go a little bit aggro here.
This could be a really harsh call though. Sentinels, do they read this? Well, Boo might be dead. Oh my, how is Boo alive? That looks so primed for him to get punished on that.
We saw that sort of situation happen on Icebox as well, that aggression off the back of a timeout going into that garage area. Mini Boo going down there instead. But here, a reset. 5 versus 5. Not many pieces of utility spent. Still, only 30 seconds gone from the clock. That Knife's going to secure that info. They're going to get that KO ultimate off the back of this. That means Benji's trips go offline. That means 5v5 retake has to come in play unless Benji wants to go for this.
How brave you feeling, Benji? Because Zekin's certainly feeling brave. Taking him down, but the trade is there. Rien's going to remove Zelsis.
Nice,
gorgeous.
But they can spam the pickup.
Well try, Zekin.
Oh, he is so goddamn good.
If he gets a drone tag as well, that means he can use his Hunter's Fury. Zelsis is going to time out in a couple seconds here.
There it is, that's confirming the third, and he closes the gap, and now suddenly they're looking for more. They're trying to find the remaining man. Rien's on for the ace! Wu takes it, but it doesn't matter. They'll take the round.
I said I'd bring it up again. Rien's on Sova. It's unreal.
Momentum आया था Sentinel के पास,
yes,
but वो
it's
momentum
part of
break
like,
कर
yeah,
दिया
what was he
Team
doing there
Heretics
on
में.
Sova that was so good? It's his positioning. When he's on an agent like that, he's going to position himself a little bit different than he would if he's on an agent like Breach or an agent like Gecko. So he gets to be in certain fights. When he's in certain fights at certain angles and gets to shoot a certain style, he is so strong. He's so good at tapping them out. He is so good at isolating those fights. He's so good at being in that like retake situation. Pops that drone, lets his teammates come in close. They create a distraction. He comes in and just cleans up.
We're seeing a little frustration showing on the SEN side.
Honestly, if you, there's nothing Sentinels could have done differently there.
Nope.
They got maybe.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
Right off the rip here.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
to set this up. Mini
Oh,
Boo
no.
just right up the guts, off the back of the Hunter's Fury. Sends Sentinels
वापस से momentum
scattering.
जा चुका
They're
है.
down to 3 in the first
Team
couple of
Heretics के
seconds. You've just seen the big boss leaning on over. You don't want the smoke. Benji still here as well. Oh, good God, if this is it. If this is Heretics now starting to find that peak, quelling a Sentinel's turnaround. Those were 2 big rounds, 2 big confidence builders. If this has taken the wind out of their sails, this could be the changing point. This could be the first real nail in that coffin.
2 versus 5 Sentinels. Not the first time this game they've been in this situation.
No.
Trying to slow it down and see if they can work with anything. We saw Team Heretics choose to save in a situation similar to this in a post plan, in a retake. But now Sentinels looking for that first opportunity, a first kill.
Save करो
Give them
next
any
round
sort of
में
opening into the
खेलना
round,
पड़ेगा.
but
Save करो ये
30
round.
seconds left on the clock and no
Save
opportunities
round
given.
ही सही है ये.
30
बस
seconds.
2 guns
Likely a
होंगी.
save. Maybe they tried this pivot all the way back to A. Hey, it's just Boo there. He's on his lonesome.
He's such a good anchor, though.
He's
You know
1
what I
star
mean?
left.
I feel like if he hears this, I think, yeah, he definitely has. He can give himself what he needs.
He has a gravity well for the site. If they try to go for that plant, oh,
It's
okay,
done.
it's done.
10 seconds
They just
left.
want that ultimate orb, save the weapons in the next round. Sentinels, 2 to 6
Struggling.
now. Yeah, they are struggling. They're running out of steam, and
Oh God, Rien's. You're
did
so
he catch
close.
anyone?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
another.
And the last.
No save.
See, this is what scares me with Heretics, because it feels like there's always a little bit more
No
depth.
guns,
We
no
talk about it
save.
with, you know, when you have Benji on the Killjoy, or Ren's off roll, or whatever. They have this just in the locker. They have this whenever they need to bring out something.
No
hey
guns,
guys, go on,
no save.
go on. You play on the agents you're actually nuts at. Just blow them out of the water, map 3.
But we see how good Heretics is individually with taking these fights, taking these duels. And we don't see it often from them that they stray from their game plan of their identity of being this really defensive-sided, retake-heavy team. Here, they're showing that they can also brawl. They can go aggressive. They can win these opening duels, and they can have these like full convergences.
Yeah.
They have these in their repertoire. They don't pull it out often, only when they think they need to. And right now, they think they need to, and it's working for them.
I mean, you only have to look at the Hunter's Fury up middle. You saw them just pacing up there as well, right behind it. That's round 1.
Right.
I mean, it's... and for Sentinels, you've got to imagine that you're hoping they're taking this time as well in the start of this round, maybe some of the others, to have a discussion as to what they want to do here. I mean, Zekan's hitting, sure, but they're starting to lose that momentum. A well-timed out drone, but doesn't find anyone.
They do have Hunter's Fury, drone, dart
3
for this
players.
attack. They have a knife soon.
3 players on the site. Flash comes in. Flash and Dash. We're waiting to see the follow-up. Who's here? Rien's is waiting. And we know what can happen. Rien's just racking on body after body. Oh, it's just gorgeous to witness. Sen trying to dig in, but it's Rien's still standing, still holding. And Sasi is opposing number. Go on, Rien's. Have a crack at it. Sasi still deserves a little bit of respect here. You've got to be careful, but it's only 13 seconds. They're waiting, and it's Rien's to close. Another 4 for him.
7-2.
Josh, this might be all she wrote.
This is Rien's just, sorry, Rien saying
Sentinel के हाथ से ये match निकल जा रहा है.
That's horrific. Yeah,
Sentinel
you know what else is
map
terrific?
cheat raha hoga.
2 rounds.
Sentinels is Abyss. This is the map they saved for map 3 here. They chose this one over Bind. And this is their debut. This is the only match rep. Every other time they've played this map has been in a practice game.
Speaking of debut, do remember, Heretics' international debut was against Sentinels. That was the heartbreak that started that loss. It's what put them down. It's what
Sentinel ने अपने दोनों टाइम आउट यूज कर लिए हैं पहले ही हाफ में क्योंकि सिचुएशन बहुत ज़्यादा खराब हो चुकी है। अगर आज अभी इसी वक्त सेंटिनल 2-4 राउंड नहीं जीतती है तो जाना पड़ेगा। जाना पड़ेगा।
I looked at Haven. Sentinel burnt both timeouts. One on round 7, one on round 2, both in the first half. We're seeing it here round 5 and round 10.
अगर सेंटिनल नहीं जीतती है तो कल हमें फिर टीम हेरेटिक्स और लेविटियन का बेस्ट ऑफ 5
Sentinels, yes, they need to burn these timeouts because when you need to make adjustments on the fly, when you need to refocus the in-game leader, when you need to refocus the star duelists, the players that are known for one-tapping people that are missing 10 shots in a row, when you have this, you need to dig deep. And if there's any match to dig deep on, it needs to be this.
3 more rounds up for grabs. 7-5 feels doable. The difference,
set play.
3 rounds.
Hunter's Fury available as well.
Yeah, Boo's backing away. I think he's feeling this coming. He's actually sticking around backside. Yeah, he's absolutely still there, as is Rienz. His name is going to be up in lights, you feel, throughout this entire game. Another for Rienz. Finally goes down to Zekken. But look at the absolute disaster on the site. The devastation. Sentinels left in ruins. But a gap found. Zekken, if he takes a gamble, if he rolls the dice, he can get some safety off this. The Aldrone only going to note 1.
That's gutsy.
Does he? I mean, he fancied to go at it, but look at the creeping positioning of Benji as well. All handled.
Both players confirmed. Benji on the flank.
Benji, you're going to start it. Oh, he stops it. I thought that could have been a little lifeline for them. Open up the map. Absolutely not. Benji holding Heretics up high now, 8-2. I mean, Rienz and Benji, these are the deadly duos. These are the danger players. This might genuinely be it. I can normally sell you a tale of how you turn this around. But as it stands, Heretics held their cards close to their chest. They waited until Abyss. They knew if they left this open, would SEN walk into it? Maybe they fancied their odds either way. But as it stands, 8 rounds to their name in this half. And Sentinels being held on to. This looks like the start of the end.
Through middle, Zekken takes the space. It's going to strain the rotations from Team Heretics, maybe create a little bit of pressure, a little bit of space for Sentinels to be able to break into a site here. Zekken has been that main point of contact. He's been getting some of these opening picks as well towards that A site specifically. And right now, Mini Boo and Boo, are you guys going to get crunched on right now?
Oh, they're actually refighting. They're re-clearing. They went back for this. I don't know if they read it, but they knew what was happening. Again, though, they've had to trade out the space
Hunter's
here.
Fury.
And yeah, you speak it, it happens. Plant now hindered. Oh, easy. Oh, good. They get back to work now. Back to business. Sentinels won the plant. They want to fight on CT. JohnQT trying to give them at least a pick in their favor here. But it's TenZ to take away Mini Boo. Now JohnQT on the swing. Loses. TenZ still stands. Maybe he's the hero that Sentinels need to give them a chance. Oh, what a snap from Sassy. But still, you look at the numbers, it's a 2v2. It ain't over yet. Boo starts to creep in the angle. And TenZ standing tall for Sentinels. As said, when they needed someone to step up, as Heretics face a slightly brought back to life SEN, but I mean off the back of just TenZ.
Biting back, though, with a 4K.
Is that enough?
Well, I mean, he had almost 30 on that first map.
Yeah.
Right now, again, a struggle. JohnQT and Celsius not really putting anything up on the board here. The 2 vocal players from this team, the team that the players that rally the team together. And now, kind of just
one round.
that are biting back hard.
Spot on.
When I look at the parallels between these two teams, they both have such clutch players as well. You look at the side of Heretics, they have Rian's Wood and Benji. And it's like
they're hitting now.
They're hitting now. Sentinels, their entire game plan is to force these mid rounds, these retake situations, because they have hitters too.
Okay, they know it's now in middle. Woot leaning a little closer, but it's Boo from the other side as well. Actually going to walk the cage. He wants to punish, but it's John QT to catch Rian. Better from Sentinels. Getting 2 to start with. Could at least open a chance, but Benji is alive. And look, if he ain't on the killjoy when he's on this Cypher, it's a whole different ball game. Now the map feels small. He knows that someone's in the back lines, but it's Benji. I told you, when he's alive, there's a chance, but Tens outdoes him. And now a 4v2. I know exactly where. Odds coming in as well. Layers upon layers that makes this nearly unlosable for Sen. Zekken doing well. Patient display from him. Mini Boo can't make the attempt. It is the finest of margins, Josh. 4 rounds.
8-4. That's the number that Team Heretics needed to get to. A pistol round will help them close out that second half. But right now, it's difficult. Sentinels, you need that pistol.
Sentinels are on the ropes. Heretics up at 8. Do not go anywhere.
बहुत ज़रूरी थे ये 2 राउंड्स. बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी थे ये 2 राउंड सेंटिनल्स के. 8-4 पर हमने फिनिश किया है मैप नंबर 3 का फर्स्ट हाफ, जिसमें 4 राउंड की लीड है टीम हेरेटिक्स के पास. ये 25 या 30 मिनट्स हमें बताएंगे कि कौन जा रहा है कल के लोअर फाइनल्स में और कौन आज घर जा रहा है दोनों में से. क्योंकि लेविएटान ने अपना स्पॉट पिक कर लिया कल के लिए. आज जो टीम जीतेगी वो कल उनके साथ खेलेगी और जो हारेगी वो घर को जाएगी. ईडीजी पहुंच चुकी है ग्रैंड फिनाले में, जो कि है 25 अगस्त. दिस इज सो हार्ड टू वॉच, सच में ब्रो. सेंटिनल को हम ऐसे बाहर होते नहीं देख सकते, थोड़ा दिल दुखता है. बट टीम हेरेटिक्स ने कमाल किया है सेकंड मैप के बाद. फर्स्ट मैप में भी थोड़ा सा दिखाया था, बट सेकंड मैप तो बहुत ज़्यादा डोमिनेट कर दिया एकदम. और अब तो मैच फंस ही चुका है क्योंकि अब एलिमिनेशन की बात है सेंटिनल के लिए. कोच पहले काफी रिलैक्स और हैप्पी थे, बट अब दोनों कोच थोड़े टेंस नजर आ रहे हैं.
Is there depth to you? Is there that call
But
for
relax
blood
team
here? They've
Heretics
got to
अभी.
turn up, Josh. There is no
अगर किसी को
where
कुछ
else
करना
to
है
go now.
तो
It's
वो
win
सेंटिनल
or
को करना
die
है.
at this point.
Team Sentinels have these X-Factor players that can bring up
Pucha.
these huge clutches in certain moments that get these swing rounds where they get the
ये
momentum.
बहुत ज़्यादा
a
चल रहा है
tailwind.
इसका.
But I looked at Team
Fire in
Heretics.
the hole.
They're on the attack side now, and I've been critical
Fire
about their attack
in the
sides.
hole.
They've looked like they
Let's go, guys.
wait for that critical mass before they hit, and in the
Map number
process,
3.
they fluff up their audibles. They miss
Round
timings.
number
When they know
2.
exactly where they can go, where they have an opening, they completely let it go. And Sentinels can
मैप
use
नंबर
that
3 के हम
against Team
सेकंड
Heretics
हाफ
right
में
here.
पहुंच चुके हैं.
Tantalizingly close now, Josh. Big info of the rip, and Heretics is
Nice,
looking
nice,
for a brawl.
nice,
Zekken,
nice,
though,
Zekken.
willing to throw a
Well
couple
played.
punches.
यही चाहिए bro,
Quick pick
यही
him back
चाहिए.
away.
They're happy with that man advantage. 5 versus 4. Sentinels has been so good on the retakes as well. So Team Heretics, they're getting into that site.
2 राउंड जीतती है सेंटिनल, बोनस एंड पिस्टल.
Quite like
तो
that.
जरूर बनेगा
Raising
मैच.
his the odds, trying to get proactive. It's only Benji to draw blood so far.
अभी भी
They do have the
advantage
plan on their
है
side. You're looking at the
सेंटिनल
retake
के
with 4
पास.
players up 10.
थोड़ा सा
Zekken,
सेटल
John
होने
QT,
दे,
Sassy.
उसके बाद
Great
पुश करें.
paranoia, but they couldn't quite gap close in time. They come out, eyes wide open now. Sassy trying to step forward, up from heaven is Benji. It's Rian, Ace Boo, and Zekken has to ace,
1v1.
or it's done for. And Boo trying to be a little elusive here. Play to the left, play to the right, but the time's against Zekken. He's got to go on this one. 50 HP on Boo, and Zekken is trying to find him, and Boo goes around and around. And he waits. The fuse on the half, Boo needs to check his Zekken!
Nice second. Well played. You are fucking insane bro.
He saves Sentinels!
ये है clutch. ये है clutch.
One jump spot
Second.
from Boo could have been the difference maker of Heretics.
भाई मेरी
being
heartbeat बढ़ गई
9-4
थी
up.
भाई.
But instead, Zekin, the
shot.
ace with the Sheriff on pistol. 1.8 seconds left.
Ace
Not
हुआ है
many
bro.
can answer a
Oh
call
my
like
god.
that to be demanded to kill all 5.
Second.
Taking turns between Zekin and Ten.
अरे यार ये बहुत सीधा लगता है भाई.
Bringing that
बहुत सीधा
impact, and
लगता है.
Zekin, it's not like he was having a bad game. He was getting a lot of these opening picks, getting the team into the rounds on some of these attack hits. The rest of the team not following up here. He does it all by himself.
10 swinging off the flash.
Nice little play here.
Yeah, the steps there. He might have done. I'm not
I
sure.
think he did.
Feels like
But
it.
again, Sentinels love these little
Playing
mini plays.
timing.
And
Thanks,
you
play
might get
timing.
punished on this. You're banking on some support coming in from Zelsis. He still has his TP, so he could potentially opt for that, but he fancies his odds. It's the Sheriff on Boo that should draw your eyes. But that's about it. The rest on Classics. Tens, careful, easy.
Wait, the
Zelsis
Classics.
has gone down. I mean,
No
Zelsis
यार,
hasn't been
no,
having a
ये
great
नहीं चाहिए,
map
bro.
here. He's been
हमारे पास
struggling.
bonus है
Yeah,
अभी.
Benji.
हमें जीतना
He
है.
knows, he knows, he
Yeah,
knows.
he absolutely does.
Nice, Sassy.
from
Nice,
South.
Sassy.
He was waiting for that. Once Team Heretic decided to pump the brakes, again, this is where they fall apart in these like mid-round
इनको
situations.
घुसने मत दो टीम
Right
को
there,
अभी.
perfect opportunity to run down Tens, create
ये
that
round तो
pressure,
जीतना ही पड़ेगा हमें.
get Benji that gap. But instead, they overcook it. Coming back towards B, it is just John QT here. He's gonna have fast rotate from Zekin with that outlaw, but still.
30 seconds left.
He needs to be able to get a couple and live. Guardian.
Could get overwhelmed. It's pretty actually scary for him here.
Nice,
He's
nice.
made it in time.
John
He's
has
able to play his life incredibly well. With 15 seconds, suddenly the options are removed for Heretics here.
John QT.
Boo trying to do something with that share.
Let's
But you
go,
don't get that
Zekin.
again, Zekin. He already showed
You're
you
so
what he
good,
can do.
man.
A beautiful moment for Sen to find
Bonus
stability.
आ चुका है.
Sentinels has the team
अब
built.
चाहिए
All
सिर्फ
these
2
players
round
that have this
टाई
individual
करने के
IQ
लिए.
that in these mid-round situations, that's where
पहले
they
हम
really
सोच
get
रहे
to
हैं टाई
excel,
के लिए,
show
उसके
their
बाद हम
identity as
विनिंग की
players.
बात करेंगे.
They
पहले
know
टाई कर
exactly
ले.
what they need to do to set each other up across the
सेकंड ने
map.
अकेले
you guys are so good,
डोमिनेशन
you're
दिखा
playing
रखी है.
It's
19 to
easy for them.
11.
But instead, Boo, he's shifting off towards B. Benji's making his way to try to get a flank on A. The rest of the
अच्छा
team
बू है यार.
goes
बू
quiet.
कर
They have
बू नाम से
classics.
मुझे बू ज्यादा.
They need to know who's
Boo
supposed
नाम
to
से
make
मुझे
noise,
boobs
create
याद
the
आता है.
opportunity for the other. And here, Sentinels, bonus
Mini
round,
boo,
going down middle,
boo.
really aggressive here. Benji, he places a triplet. 2 players that can bypass this, a teleport or an
Second push
updraft.
कर रहा है bro. Push कर रहा है.
Lining it up. Here comes the so Tens gets in the back line.
He's TP.
If Boo
He's
ever
fucking
turns, does he
TP.
ever consider it? As
He
it
is
stands, no.
Timing.
I think Zekin's a little worried. He might
Timing.
hit
Timing.
the head on the top. of Breaker, so
Timing.
he's giving Tens a moment to work. And that's what he
Timing.
does with it. Takes away
Thanks
the
for
back
the
line and suddenly it's
timing.
game on. They're surrounded. 4 players on the site for Heretics. And now they're going to start feeling constricted. Hand around the throat here, but they fight
my
back.
God.
Take a little space. Don't go too far. Rien's Benji and Wu.
Nice, Zekin.
Breaking in now. Can't get a follow-up. Can't get consecutive kills. And Wu digging in his heels. It's all on Tens in a 1v2, and he ain't got the time.
Oh my
Rien's
god.
striking.
बोनस को एक और राउंड में
Heretics now.
कन्वर्ट नहीं कर पाई
It's 9.
सेंटिनल. अब है
Just the
9
bonus
to
round for
6.
Sentinels.
3
They
राउंड
made
की
it a little
लीड
bit
आ चुकी है.
costly. Cool idea.
क्या करेगा
Got that
इस
timing on that flank on Boo.
या
I thought
सेंटिनल को
right
घर
there,
जाने के लिए
things
क्या
are
दें
gonna
आज.
fall
घर जा रही है
it's gonna
सेंटिनल.
start slipping for Heretics.
King
It happened on
prediction
that
में
first
बोल
round,
दूं क्या मैं
for
अपने.
example. But what we're actually seeing different from Team Heretics this time is they're playing up in the faces. They're
like
blocking
this.
them at the choke point, not allowing Sentinels to get that space onto the site. Very different approach to playing these post plants from these guys.
Yeah, we saw him kind of falter in that situation.
Yes.
क्या होता है
They
भाई?
wouldn't play deep. They wouldn't try and pry them out. Hold on.
नहीं जरा सा अच्छा खेलते हो तो बू करोगे हैं.
I'm seeing Zekin taking the fight if he can. Smoke goes in. We got a brawl, looking a little like a death match, but you don't want to take on Rien's right now. You saw what he did before. He might just do it again. Heretics dropping bodies. It's down to
Oh,
Zelsis
yeah,
and
you
John
guys
QT, and
sent them
Zelsis is having a nightmare. 1 to 13 ain't the scoreline you want to be trying to hold the line on, leaving just John QT. And you try to take a fight, you try to be confident, and you just get
हो गया
crushed.
गाइस सेंटिनल्स के लिए
That
मैं
might
और
have
ये
been
नहीं देख सकता मैं अपनी आंखों से
Really
सेंटिनल्स
bad
को अच्छा
call from
रखता हूं.
Sentinels there. I look to their economy. Zelsis on 0, Tens and Saucy combined 14, 15, like they're not in a position right now to be able to afford another buy. So doing an all-in risky play like this, getting punished in this fashion, means that it's going to be so much harder to get back in the game. You're going to feed that 10th round to Team Heretics. Your economy's not good enough to stabilize. Yeah. It's going to be an 11th round after that, and suddenly you're looking at elimination. These are not the rounds where you can take these risks. You need to build it back a little bit.
Did they burn both timeouts in the first half?
Yes, they did.
So what do they have to bank on? What do they have left here?
Use this 30 seconds while this guy's saving to be able to talk about something. Because realistically, Sentinels, we haven't seen their defense yet. So maybe they're trying to catch Team Heretics off guard with this really aggressive play. What? If it backfires, what you did. Everyone they're sitting at 11-6. Sentinels, their economy in the toilet. Yeah, the coaches are feeling, everyone's feeling good about this.
They're so close. Unbelievable for them. And now they start that momentum themselves. They start feeling untouchable. Sentinels bring them back down to the earth. We wait. Rien's. Miniboo, Woot, stride in. Zekken still desperate to try and fight. He's putting up numbers. Zelsis with a follow-up, finally. Taking away two of the big hitters. Miniboo gone now. Woot removed as well. Plant is in though. And if there's Benji, if there's Rien's,
there's a chance.
Pay them respect. You pay them mind, because they do that. They've already taken away Zekken. They don't respect you right now. They're going to make this hurt with everything they have. Rien's finds Sassy. They're desperate to do damage. And now the problems start to mount. Rien's waiting. Evades the flash. He can set Boo into motion here. The hat's going to come down, but they've no idea. Rien's could be the end of them. He could be the death of them. Put them on 12. Tens is down so low. He's on 5 HP. Oh. And he lives.
He has to let him die.
Hell, Tens, 5 HP is the difference there. Anyone else, you might have called it quits on that, but Heretics stopped at 11, and Sentinels start on 7.
That KO ultimate, the pulse, meant that Rien couldn't bounce a shock dart on that spike. Because of that, he moves closer to get a jump spot to get that info. But as soon as Tens tapped that spike, he moves out, angles out wide to punish that jump spot. Gets that kill, keeps Sentinels alive.
How much have we asked of Tens in this game? Zekken's been absolutely popping off, don't get me wrong. The pistol round, you got to remember that he is at the top of the board. But clutch, impact alone is in the hands of Tens. So many rounds off his back, but Heretics as a team, as a collective, as 5, have taken this map by storm. It's 11-7. We're starting to heat up here a touch. Heretics looking to slow things down.
It was a big tempo change to go fast on that last round. They lose. They know, hey, we can keep these guys on the ropes. Let's chill out, slower roll a little bit. I love the little plays that Sentinels have. The little plays just to get a pop flash, peek, get a kill, reposition, try to re-clear somewhere else together, reposition against once they have that space.
TP over towards A.
2 round जीतती है तो वापस से comeback हो सकता है. 2 round जीतने पड़ेंगे अभी.
This is a big flank timing on A right now from Benji. He needs his team right now to create some sort of pressure. It gives him an opening. He still has to break this door, but if his team...
Oh my god! Shot in the dark and it lands! 3 ends! I mean, it feels like he can't miss.
Still, the team needs to
Are they going towards
make the pressure out A main. Once they get spotted, then Benji from the sidelines while all the chaos is happening. But Saucy...
More than a thorn in the side.
He has a read.
But Saucy is feeling this. It's correct. It's absolutely correct. The paranoia just got posted towards main, trying to offset the tempo. What?
Oh my
god! He got to
god.
see it all happen in slow motion. But Heretics,
no.
step by step, move closer towards 12. And Zekken is nowhere near to this. He might have to bow out and give them 12 here. And there's something so devastating about knowing what's about to happen and being unable to stop it.
क्या हुआ है? क्या हो गया भाई? What happened?
Right now, otherwise, they're packing up and going home. Team Heretics knows this. They're on to get away with this weapon. They have the economy. They can go and try to take this, but also, it's the mental aspect. Hunting down that last player, getting that kill, the psychological effect on it. Rien's
समझ ही नहीं आ रहा एक्चुअली में क्या हो रहा है. मैच में दिक्कत हो रही है कुछ.
That means tens. The 2 players on the team that are basically getting
लोग सब यहीं बैठे हैं.
In the main
team combined almost.
and making pressure there, whilst Miniboo just contains the B, and that's all they do.
As well.
And so you can either push the B.
Oh, but we're on the trade. Oh, this could be all but over. Zekken, all on his shoulders, and he's still standing. He's still fighting. He will give everything he can for his side.
It's not ready to go home.
Maybe there's still a chance on this one, because look at the backspace here. Saucy creeping closer. They're gripping into this. They are clawing into this. If Saucy can find impact, but Boo's reading it.
Boo's waiting for it.
Turned around. Boo might know what's going on. Saucy, he's got himself a rifle. He can back away. Now, the space is getting filled here. You're looking at where Zekken's going, where he's pathing.
Yeah, it's just Boost noted though. But here, Zekken moving around. He's not ready to go home yet. He wants this.
Yeah, but who gets the timing? Zekken waiting. Just turned around. And is that enough for the crowd? You can see them double checking now. They're still going to know. Zekken, are you the man to step up to the plate here?
God, no.
And once again, we ask, can the man become the monster that he did before? And they're around the corner. They have no idea.
30 seconds left.
Saucy's still in a very defensive.
अरे यार timing करो.
Might be aware of this.
Traditionally, you might ask for players to play together, stick towards similar situations. But has Zekken read this right?
Look at that ping, where that spike needs to get planted, where
Dodge
they can actually
jet
protect.
Dodge jet.
Zekken knows it's going to be B. He's going to come in. He's not going to be able to deny this, but he has space and timing right now.
Yeah, Saucy has to navigate and try and avoid the likes of Boo potentially lingering, lurking around. He's trying to draw them in, give them a chance, give them an idea, a concept. And again, a wayward shot keeps his life alive. Zekken now stepping towards the site, taking another couple of strides too in this round. We asked so much of him. He answered before. No, he answers again, the third. 2 more to find, and they're so low. Oh my God, from the absolute clutches of death. How can we do this? Oh, he misses! In the final moments, Heretics!
Team Heretics going to the semi-final, lower final.
Unbelievable!
Sentinel got eliminated.
Almost.
You
to
can't
keep
say,
them alive.
You can't say you did.
To connect, to keep them in the game. And Sentinels tried so well, so hard. But Heretics showing a side of them, a resilience we haven't seen.
I have to say, to the team on the screen, the Sentinels, people said they were done, they were overrated, they didn't deserve it. People can say nothing now. They put up an exceptional performance from start to end in this tournament. They should have their heads held high. But on the other side, Heretics suffered defeat at their hands, sending them on a downward trajectory before. Now, they stand tall with another chance to make it all the way to the end.
As they bow on the stage there, a little clap and a wave, they look happy, elated about how they did it, not that they did it.
It doesn't even look like it's sunk in with them yet. That sheer adrenaline
कुछ नहीं
still
समझ आ
running
रहा
the
क्या
highest
खेला है
levels of
बेंचिया
competition. I mean,
कुछ समझ ही
you
नहीं
saw what it means to Heretics, a young side.
नीपू
They stand so proudly on that stage after an exceptional performance. I mean, even we doubted the veto, I think rightly so. And they proved us wrong, they proved many wrong. Rienz. Jeez, Josh.
Chalo guys, thank you so much. Thank
I mean,
you so
at the
much
end
for
of that
coming.
map, that final map
Today.
there, Rienz absolutely
हमारा गेम आज पता
thrived.
नहीं क्या हो गया Twitch को.
Players that I saw on the server today,
Net
outside
जरूर
of
दिक्कत दे रहा है.
Zekin
Post
and
match
Tens in some moments,
post match की नहीं
was
दिख रहा.
Heretics.
Post match interview.
Starting with that boo icebox play,
Post
hiding
match के
behind
बाद
the box.
हम करेंगे stream को end
Rienz,
और मिलेंगे आपसे
Benji
कल
taking turns.
12:30 तक.
And Mini Boo as
क्योंकि
well.
कल है
Turning the
Leviathan
pace up, turning up that tempo.
versus team
Didn't
Heretics.
take it away from the players. We saw him there in a moment for a second. It was Weber, it's Niels. Credit to them too. They revitalized this side to an extent where they could take Sentinels in maps, in new compositions, in ways we did not expect. That is an incredibly impressive feat in a very short amount of time.
And we're looking at the end score of a 2-1, the Haven loss.
Yeah.
But that Haven game was closer than the scoreline gives it.
Absolutely.
We saw both pistols going in the way of Sentinels. We saw them winning a big round off the back of a rifle in Classics. Heretics were on the back of it. Yes, it's the coaches bringing these new ideas and the team buying into it, doing it together. Finding the groove and rhythm as well was so important for these guys. Once they realized that they were down on the ropes, they start fighting back and swinging. All the players finding that confidence to start taking these duels.
Wow. Just seeing the reactions there. It feels like relief in a way as well because, again, Sentinels are a very punishing opponent. They don't give you many chances. You don't get many of those opportunities. So to see them there, it felt like it was sinking in as they was taking the bow at the front almost for Heretics. So an incredible series, and God only knows how it goes from this point onwards, but what an absolute belting matchup. But it doesn't stop there. We have to hear from Miniboo, who'll be joining us for the Verizon post-match interview down on the stage.
Hello everyone, welcome down to the stage. I'm standing here with Team Heretics Miniboo. Now congratulations Miniboo! 미니부 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 역전승으로
भाई अब इसको चाहता हूँ मैं जीतते
를
देखना
거두고
फ्रेंड
이렇게
फाइनल.
오늘 하루 살아남았는데요. 보는 저희는 심장마비 걸릴 것 같기도 하고 좀 재밌기도 했는데 직접 경기 치른 미니부 선수는 어떻게 느꼈는지부터 물어보도록 하겠습니다. What a match today. You sent Sentinels home. You live to see another day. A little bit of a hard, our heart stopped beating. For a little bit, for the fans and for the viewers. Mostly a fun match, but how fun was it for you? And, more of a stressful match? What can you tell us about the game today?
I mean, Sentinels are a very strong opponent, and it's always a banger game against them. I think we're like really similar teams, like in some cases, and today we started off shaky, first two maps, and then we took our souls and we managed to come back and carry that through the third map and start with dominating the series. I mean the map.
워낙 센티널을 만나면 좀 힘든 경기를 치렀기도 하고 그리고 사실 두 팀이 좀 비슷한 부분이 굉장히 많았기 때문에 이번 경기가 특히나 힘들었던 것 같다고 얘기를 하고요. 1, 2세트 좀 부족하기는 했지만 그래도 2세트 후반부터 흐름을 찾아가면서 3세트 이렇게 일방적인 경기를 가져갈 수 있었다고 얘기를 했습니다. 그리고 사실 요즘 미니부 선수에게는 좀 쉽지만은 않은 시간이었을 것 같은데 그래도 어떻게 이렇게 중요한 순간마다 흔들리지 않고 좀 팀에게 도움이 될 수 있는 선수가 될 수 있었는지도 물어보도록 할게요. So this year, overall, you guys had a lot of changes with the roster, also differences in the play style that we noticed. In the beginning of the year, it was more focused on, you know, the team setting you up for success. Now you guys have so many win conditions. Sometimes you have to make those sacrifices for the teams as well. So a lot of changes that you had to adapt to. So how tough was it for you to get used to those changes, and how do you think that helps you grow as a player?
I mean, we didn't change anything. We just played the game to our fundamentals and we focused on the fundamentals. But obviously we had like changes with Party starting the season, then Wood coming back, then Party coming with we make roster changes. So obviously different players will play differently, and like we just have to adapt and like come play and just focus on our fundamentals. Like we didn't change anything like major or something. We tried to play like the same kind of, you know. Like, but yeah, we kept up the stamina throughout the whole year, and yeah, here we are in the like top 3 in the champions.
사실 기본적인 부분이 많이 바뀐 게 아니라 로스터 변화로서 팀이 좀 컬러를 많이 체인지하다 보니까 뭐 파티티크 선수가 이번에 올해 초에 미니부 선수 대신 들어오기도 했었잖아요. 그렇기 때문에 좀 그런 부분 때문에 팀의 스타일이 바뀐 것 같지만 기본적으로 미니부 선수를 어떻게 활용하는지는 이 미니부 선수가 느끼기에 크게 바뀌지 않아서 그래서 계속해서 좀 에너지를 북돋아가면서 좀 기운이 떨어지지 않게 이 분위기를 유지해가는 게 제일 중요했고 그리고 이렇게 좀 꾸준히 좋은 결과를 만들어낼 수 있는 비결이었다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그럼 마지막으로 레비안탄을 상대하게 되는 각오 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Lastly, you guys are facing Leviathan, so anything you'd like to say to them?
Okay, you know what time it is? To play a very good game together, you know, like 5v5, no diffing, everything is good, just play strategical, let's have a great time and have fun. It's calm, you know, like no trash talk before.
오케이. 트래시 토크 하지 않을 거고 그냥 정중하게 어른 대 어른으로 5대5 게임을 하면서 좋은 경기 보여주고 또 좋은 전략 보여주면서 너무 혼란스러운 경기가 되지 않으면 좋을 것 같다는 미니브 선수의 얘기였습니다. 이렇게 해서 미니브 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you, 미니브.
Let's go!
Let's go, Seoul!
Let's go, Seoul! Ronaldo, Seoul! Let's go!
Let's go! Team Heretics, they survive another round. I'm Yingsu and I'm back here with Kukuga. And a very
Let's go,
special
guys.
guest.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my stream today.
Congratulations. Second of all, how was it to play against Sentinels in front of
Take care.